congratulations on all of the success with Black-ish.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Many accolades and things like that. Is it overwhelming for you or shocking? Or
you know what? I think Frank was just bringing up. I think I'm so in the middle of it right now. I haven't really even had a chance to like settle in.
You're just going.
I think so.
On to the next.
Maybe when something else might get some time. But yeah, I feel blessed. I feel super blessed and thankful. But it is a lot of work.
Yeah, I bet it's super early right now. You're going.
I'm late. I'm sorry. So yeah, it is.
No, that comes with the nature of it. So we're in season 2 now. The premiere episode was amazing.
Thanks.
I watched it with my cousins and we were cracking up. So it had a little bit of the, controversy, but not so much controversy in regards to the N-word. So why did that come up? Why was that so important for you to show that on that premiere episode?
Well, we didn't know it was going to be the premiere, but I think that in general, we like to try to do stuff that's like, feels like it's important and part of society, but at the same time not do it just because it's something that's going to be racy.
Right.
And over the hiatus, I really thought of a way in. A lot of it was sparked from I took my daughter's cell phone and I saw that she was talking. She goes to school, a lot of pretty. She's one of a few black kids, and I was like, hold on, who was saying that? Like in her thread, and she was like, it's just a word, and it really kind of sparked.
Yeah, because the younger generation has no idea. I don't think it resonates with them as much.
They were not part of that struggle.
Right, exactly. So I've heard you mention that this particular season is more topic driven. So can you explain to me what that means a little bit?
Well, I won't say it's topic driven. But we do topical kind of. I think we tried to do it a little bit last year in terms of I think those are the episodes that seemed like they really, resonated. And like I'm a huge like Norman Lear fan and stuff like that. And he used to, that was kind of what he's done. And I think now it's really weird that we're 35 years later, and we're not in any way, shape, or form talking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think for us that's something that we really enjoy being a part of the discussion and really just starting conversations at the same time making people laugh.
Right, because a lot of these things are happening even today in media and everything, race tensions and things like that. So in terms of current media, we see a lot more black topic shows coming up, a lot more black actors and actresses being put on the forefront. You're a part of this new movement, some people would say. How do you take that in? Do you feel like you're in your own lane, or is it something you...
I feel like there's so many people who came before me, so obviously we're all kind of derivative in some aspects. At the same time, I think the most important thing as a writer you can have is a voice. And I'm still trying to get mine, but I do feel like that's what I'm, striving for, is to have a voice that people say like, oh, that feels like Kenya, or that type of thing.
So what are some of the risks, then, you think?
Just, putting stuff out there that you never know how it's going to be received, especially things that cause an emotional response in people. And you put something out there and it's received really badly by the masses, and that in that aspect, at this time where it's so much a corporate-driven society and corporate-driven industry, like that might sort of cause problems. But, we're trying to do it in a way that's responsible but be honest. And if people want to get angry about honesty, at least you can defend what you were doing. You're doing it from something that you thought was real.
And it's genuine.
Right.
Absolutely. So I was doing a little bit of research on you, and I noticed that you were a part of the whole America's Next Top Model movement. So that's completely different spectrum of television industry. So how do you go from America's Next Top Model to Black-ish?
Well, Tyra's my best friend. We've been friends since we were kids. I will. I will. We were friends since we were kids, and we're in development on something else, a movie project, and we were like, we should do TV, and we started talking about some stuff, and we came up with that idea, and it was really just a labor of love that turned out to work out really well.
Awesome. And do you feel like it stuck with you as you began to venture off into other projects? Or?
I learned something from it. Like I've done drama, I've done comedy, I've done sketch, and I've done reality. And like reality, you reverse engineer, like you shoot stuff, and then you feel like, what kind of story can we tell there?
Right.
So I think that was a good sort of learning tool as a writer to sort of like say, sometime when the footage might not match up, like, well, what can we make out of it? So I learned from that, and I made some money off of it. I'm still a part of it, so it gave me a little bit of the power of no to take, pass on some things. But it was a really good experience.
Now, would you ever do reality again?
Maybe. I have something now I'm thinking about doing. I do think that I would do it. Mine would be more of a narrative. It'd be something that had like a story to it. But right now, like the show is the day-to-day. Black-ish is my passion. I have a pilot that I'm not really passionate about, but right now this is like, this is my baby.
Right. So then we also heard that you have some upcoming film projects. So Barbershop 3, possibly 4. How is that working with Malcolm Lee and getting that done?
I don't even know how you guys know about 4. Like I just found out about it yesterday. So that's
it's out there.
Crazy. It's been great. You know what I'm saying? I have a trip we call Girls Trip that I'm doing at Universal. With Will Packer and Malcolm. We've got together again. Get a chance to work with Will, is my boy. I'm producing another movie with Will, actually with the little girl from our show, Kayla.
Oh, she's amazing.
She's so good. It's a really, really great project. It's called Little, and I'm writing it with my friend Tracy Oliver. Tracy Oliver's writing it, I'm producing it. And it's kind of like a movie like Big or that type of thing where someone plays her, and they never really had a childhood, and through a wish they get sent back to their childhood, and she becomes Kayla. Barbershop. I'm doing Shaft with a really good friend of mine, Alex Barno, who I'm actually also writing a really funny Ice Cube movie tentatively called White Guy Problems, about a white guy who has kind of like Meek and gets pushed over and bumps his head and starts hearing the voice of Ice Cube in his head, kind of as his inner monologue.
Wow.
That sounds amazing. And I'm writing Good Times, which is really, really a passion project for me.
Good Times.
For Scott Rudin and Sony.
So who's going to be playing Shaft this go around?
We have it planned to be Samuel Jackson reprising that role that he did before, but it's going to be he and his son. It's going to be a buddy comedy.
Awesome.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of takes place modern day, and he has to his son is totally been estranged and kind of growing up different than him, and they come together and make for a really fun and exciting movie.
So that next generation movie.
Yes.
Classic.
Love
it. So do you prefer like the comedy area?
I do prefer comedy.
Okay.
Good Times is more of a dramedy.
Okay.
But I do really, that's where I see myself right now, is in the comedy lane.
And it's a little bit lighter, enable for you to be able to focus on those tough issues. People kind of receive it a little bit better.
It is. Good Times is the thing that's closest to this show.
Okay.
Because it is a Norman Lear, project.
Right.
And that family was so important to like what we were about and what we were doing. So I knew I didn't want to do a spoof, and Scott Rudin, producing, was really supportive. It really is an honest portrayal of what that family, who is now grown up and looking back on their life, is going through, and you kind of see the parallels between modern day Chicago and Chicago then. And working on Barbershop, I really got into Chicago, and I think it's an amazing city. But that city is sort of an allegory of how something can crumble on itself if you don't watch it, and it can also be looked at as, if we don't look at it in the correct way, that can be every city in the country if we don't watch ourselves.
Yeah, I'm from Oakland, sorry.
Okay, the yay. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you. Humor Meal, I really appreciate you guys' support always.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.